Hello everyone. Today I'll be giving a demo on our ecotype identification app one. This is how it looks when you first open the app. So the step one is to select an ecoregion from these available ecoregions shown on the map. So I want this particular ecoregion. So I just click on it and then it will say setting ecoregion and it will set this particular ecoregion as the ROI boundary. So this one is the Thar Desert and it's set. Now step two is to locate a restoration site within this ecoregion. So we just zoom into the ecoregion to find our required site. I've zoomed in here and clicked on this point as my desired site. This would basically initialize all layers to the value at this particular point, and it will say loaded layers at click point and also show a red circle at that point. Now I just say set restoration location so that this particular point is set as my location and any other clicks does not trigger more loading. And now we can move further. So this load rules option is for in case you have previously made some rules, now you want to just paste them. So you can easily do that to automatically reinitialize all the layers to those values. And this is the project metadata that you can add here, your project name, description, etc., and select the use case for which you want. Right now, I am trying to find reference site. Now we need to select the environmental layers. So for annual precipitation, let's say I'm interested in only the areas which are 0 to 400 mm rainfall. You can also fill up the annual temperature range that you want. Elevation, let's say I'm interested in 200-meter to 400-meter elevation areas and I load that. So I'll just zoom out to give you a better view of how the layers look. So this is the legend that appears for the layers, and the blue, as we can see, is the rainfall layer that's come up, and this brown is the elevation layer. Now, similarly, you can add any soil constraints that you have, the topsoil drainage or the pH, and the terrain also you can add. So let's say I'm interested in these particular terrain classes, and I load it. So that will come up on the map. Now for step four, you need to select the temporal range for filtering for the time-based layers. So let's say I am fine with this base year and this restoration start year, and I set these years. Now you can add the fire occurrences. So undefined basically means that the pixel you clicked on did not have any fire data available. You can just specify a number here, but not interested in right now. Now spatial cluster assets, you can also select the how the spatial clusters look earlier in the earlier year and in the later year and so on. So this change detection layer, similarly, you can select, let's say I'm interested in areas which were initially looked like, let's say these five classes, and later they look like, let's say these classes, built up barren. So I'll load that change detection layer. So it will come up on the map. This shows that it's loading. And this red area is the change detection as we can see from the legend. So now I just click on run step 5, which will just give me a quick and of all the rules that I selected and show them in yellow as our validation pixels. And we've also here turned on the rainfall layer, which basically helps give you a base on which the yellow pixels can be shown clearly. Yeah. So these are the validation pixels that we've got. Now for the inference part, we will enter the year which we want to use for the masking layers. Let's say the current year is set at 2024. I'm setting that. And now I am looking at the LULC classes that I want. So let's say I want to mask it with built up scrubs, and barren areas. So I load that onto the map and this would come up on the inference map here. Similarly, you can select any of the open natural ecosystem classes that you want or the degradation types that you want. Or if you want any natural forests threshold, all of that you can select. And finally, you can click on run step 8, which would give you a mask on top of these yellow validation pixels and the masking layers that you selected. So this basically right here along, and again, the rainfall layer is added for the same reason. You can see that this is the validation layer and this is the inference layer masked with the LULC. That's it for the broad whole step. And for the final step 9, you can fine tune this layer further. You can choose the option of sites filtering and apply the selected filters. This takes like quite a while to do it. So you can try it out. And this would basically give you the homogeneous sections and remove the very small pixels here and give you the polygons. So that was all. And you can also print the final JSON rule of your rules, which will give it as your. And you can also see a report which would give you all of the rules summarized. That was it. Thank you.